If you're a music creator, you know that incredible feeling of finishing a track. But what if I told you that the very tools you used, completely legally by the way, could get that track instantly rejected? Yeah, there's a new kind of hidden danger in the music industry that every single artist needs to understand. And today, we're going to break down exactly what it is and, more importantly, how you can navigate it. So let's just ask the big question right up front. You've just finished an amazing new track. You used some great royalty-free loops you paid for. You're ready to hit upload. But are you absolutely sure it's safe to release? Believe it or not, the answer to that question is way more complicated than it used to be. To really get why this is happening, we have to understand the new world we're all playing in. See, the old, open internet for music, that's pretty much gone. We are now living and creating in the era of the walled garden. I mean, the landscape has completely shifted. Not that long ago, it was like the Wild West, a wide open digital space with a lot less oversight. You could pretty much upload what you wanted. But now, we're in this tightly controlled environment with super aggressive filters, which means the risk of getting an automatic copyright flag has just gone through the roof. So what's actually driving this big change? Well, it's a whole wave of new partnerships. You've got the major labels like Universal and Warner teaming up with AI platforms. And this is the crucial part. They're also partnering with the distributors that so many of us rely on, like DistroKid. This whole network is what's powering this new, much stricter system. And that brings us to the real heart of the issue, this bizarre, counterintuitive problem that's being called the royalty-free trap. And it's a situation where you can do everything by the book, follow all the rules, and still get punished. Just picture this for a second. You've built your brand new track around this fantastic loop you got from a service like Splice. It's 100% legal, you have the license for it. You should be totally, completely in the clear, right? Well, maybe not anymore. Here's exactly how this trap works, step by step. First, a major artist uses the exact same royalty-free loop that you did, but in a huge hit song. Then, their label registers that song with Content ID, which basically claims that melody as theirs. So when you come along and use that same perfectly legal loop in your track, bam, you get hit with an instant copyright strike. You followed the rules, but you still get penalized. It's wild. And this is what it looks like in the real world. This is the email that makes every artist's stomach just drop. Your distributor rejects your music for being derivative, even though you had the legal rights to every single sound in it. It is just incredibly frustrating. So the big question is, how do you protect yourself in this new era? Well, the whole idea is that you need some kind of pre-flight safety check for your music, a way to scan for these potential problems before you send it off for distribution. And one such tool is MelodyCompare. You can think of it as your own private audit service. It's specifically designed to spot these potential copyright collisions before you upload, which gives you the chance to fix them without ever getting a penalty. Now, you might be thinking, hey, don't we already have tools for this? And this table really highlights the key difference. You know, a tool like Shazam finds exact audio matches. A distributor like DistroKid, they might find a problem and then report you to the labels. MelodyCompare's whole purpose is different. It finds derivative or similar sounding melodies, and crucially, its findings are kept 100% private. It informs you, not the platforms. Okay, so let's pop the hood and take a look. How does a tool like this actually work to protect both your audio and your lyrics? The core of the tool is what it calls its derivative audio engine. And this is really cool. It's not just looking for an identical file. It actually scans and fingerprints your music and then compares it against this massive global database to find what it calls stem collisions, basically melodies that are similar enough to trigger one of those dreaded Content ID flags. And the way you use it is incredibly flexible. You can upload your finished track, a single instrumental stem, or, and this is kind of neat, if you just have an idea, you can literally hum a melody into the app to check it out. So this is the kind of actionable real-world feedback you get. It's not just some vague match-found message. It's a clear warning that tells you a specific melody is a high risk for a flag because it sounds a lot like a known hit song. This lets you actually make an informed decision before you release. But it's not just about the melody. The tool also tackles another growing problem, especially with the rise of AI music generators, something they call lyric hallucination. And honestly, this is becoming so important. An AI tool that was trained on a massive dataset might spit out a famous Beatles lyric in your song without you even realizing it. Or something that happens all the time. Our own brains can unconsciously borrow a memorable line from a song we love. The lyric check scans for all of this, protecting you from accidental plagiarism you might not even know you committed. Okay, now for any creator, this is the biggest question, right? The elephant in the room. If I upload my unreleased music to a checker, is it safe? Are they going to steal my ideas? And this right here is the core promise of the tool. It's designed from the ground up to be a safe sandbox. The entire purpose is to inform you, the artist. Nothing you scan is ever reported to labels, to distributors, or to anyone else. The fundamental principle here is total confidentiality. It's a tool that's built for the artist's peace of mind, not a system that's designed for policing them. Your stuff stays yours. So what's the key takeaway from all this? It's simple, really. In today's music landscape, with its walled gardens, its big label partnerships, its AI-powered filters, running a pre-flight check on your music is quickly moving from a nice-to-have to an absolutely essential step in your release process. Which really just leaves us with one final and I think pretty crucial question to think about. When it comes to your music, your art, and your career, is it better to find out about a potential problem now, in private, or is it better to find out after you've already been flagged, rejected, or maybe even banned?